Hi everyone, it's Nicole and I have another layout and I'm just showing you quickly some of the products I'm going to use. And I don't know if the paper wasn't inspiring me anymore, like the ones that were uncut, but I decided to go through my scraps instead, or maybe I felt like my scraps were piling up too much and I decided to do a layout using my scraps instead of cutting into new stuff. I usually wait till the end of the kit to start doing that, but I felt like scrapping some scraps. So here I have a couple of photos of my kids when we were on the way to New York, and shortly after that we took off on the trip, and for whatever reason we left at night, so we had to drive through the whole night. So we used to do that when the kids were younger because, I mean, they sleep. But she's 19 and he was 13. So anyway, I don't know if it was just habits of leaving at night, but we did leave at night, and it's not as warm at night, like it's cooler, so you don't have the sun in your eyes. But boys, oh boys, were we ever tired. And in a couple of pages, I'm actually gonna scrapbook a photo of my husband that's driving, and it's quite hilarious, and the story behind it too. So anyway, then at this point I decide, okay, well, I'm just going to do a block layout. So I'm just cutting up some little pieces and going through my scraps. I mean, it's not really a layout that uses a lot of scraps because, I mean, you only use like 6 little things of paper, 6 or 7 little pieces of papers, but I mean, it's better than throwing them in the trash, I guess. And it's a good way to showcase some of the papers that were in the kit too. So at first I was going to do like only blocks like that, and then I start thinking, well, that's not really using a lot of papers, so I am going to, or different kinds of papers, so I am going to start cutting them in half. And that yellow just kind of stood out there like a sore thumb, so I did chop that yellow paper right out of there. And instead of the blue, I found it kind of blended too much in the background of the paper. I flipped it over, and it was like little flowers, but to me it was more like, I don't know, clouds. And that way, as I get further into the page, you're going to see I'm going to bring in some clouds and I'm going to make them yellow. But now there's yellow in those little flowers, so yellow is able to fit in. And at this point, I decide, well, I need somewhere that I can put my title on. So I bring in some of that grid paper at the top, and I just kind of sit it on top of the pink paper for now until I'm ready to glue down. A lot of times you'll see stuff that totally doesn't go. Like once I cut this paper in and I start adding the papers that go beside it, they go off the grid. But that doesn't bother me because I know that when I cut them down and when I'm ready to glue, I'm going to cut them down to the size that I need. Like that arrow paper is not going to stay sticking out like that. So at this point, I decide that I need a place to do my journaling. So I do the same thing with the red paper. I'm just going to cut it down, and then I'm going to put my journaling to the bottom left. This page didn't take me too long. It took me 59 minutes, but there isn't a lot of layering. Well, there's no layering at all. So that's part of the reason that it doesn't take too long, because I don't have to sit there and fuss about the layering. And I, usually a grid, it's a square and you stay within that square, but I didn't feel like staying in that square, so I do punch out some clouds that are going to go beyond the square and a tab, and that's where I'm going to put the date. And I'm sorry for my voice. It feels kind of groggy. I did just wake up about maybe half an hour ago, and I thought I'd do the voiceover so that I could get it uploaded to iMovie, because it takes about 3 hours. So I actually have 2 videos that are queued, if you want to call it. This one and another one. It's all ready. I just got to do the voiceover. And then I have another page on deck that it's all ready to start video recording. So I plan on getting that one done tonight, or this morning, and another one tonight. So they all won't be uploaded today because it does take hours and hours to get ready. But I go back to work tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday. So if I have videos to work on while I'm at work, then I can keep uploading. So you'll be seeing a few pages in the next few days. I think I'm anxious to do a little bit of shopping. What do you think? I just put up page 7 yesterday. I have 8, 9 ready to do the voice recorder, and I have 10, and I plan on doing 11 this afternoon. So I'm not even going on like Simon Says or anything like that, because I don't even want to see the new stuff. I'm not even watching YouTube because all those scrapbook calls and stuff, I just don't want to know. And but I'm getting a lot of scrapping done, so I guess that challenge is working. Spending less time on the internet and more time scrapbooking. So at this point where I'm not doing a lot of layering, I'm going to outline everything. And a little cue from Mercy Tierra. And I was telling my husband last night, and sorry, I can't remember who left the comment. I do read all your comments. I don't always have time to reply to all of them. I had a lot of issues with my YouTube yesterday too, or my internet. I tried to upload that video yesterday at least 5 times. One of the times when I looked at how long it would take to upload, it said 6,098 minutes. I don't even know how many hours that is. I just know it's, a whole whack. And so obviously I canceled it. But so I don't know what was going on with my internet yesterday. So I couldn't even go on and reply to anything. I was getting my email through my phone because I have 3G. But for some reason I can't answer on my phone. I tried a few times to reply on my phone and it doesn't work. It comes back and it says error. So the only place I can answer is on my computer. So I was going to do that yesterday, take about an hour and reply to comments, but I couldn't get on. Or if I could get on, I was only on for a few minutes and then I would get booted off. So I hope today is going to be a better day for the internet. Anyway, rabbit trail. I was reading one of the comments, and the girl said that her favorite videos were mine and Mercy Tierra, and I just about fainted because Mercy Tierra is like my idol. I love her. So to even put, I was telling my husband, and I said, she put me on the same line as Mercy Tierra. I couldn't believe it. I was blown away because I love her. So if Tracy, I know you've watched one of my videos too, and I know you do a lot of videos, so you don't have time to watch videos, but I love you, and you're a big idol of mine, and but you got to stop doing videos on what you buy, because oh my land, because I watched your videos, I bought the Picture Mate. I got the Picture Mate Show, I believe. It's the big one. And then I was putting off getting the Silhouette. I got the Silhouette. I got that camera, the Insta Stack, or the Fujifilm Insta camera, the piano black, because you were showing that one. And I'm sure there's a few other things that I bought because I was watching your videos. So yeah, I love her. So anyway, Just a little side note here, because all I was really doing was outlining. So thank you for that comment. You have no idea. It actually made me blush. And like I said, I told my husband I couldn't believe that you had compared me to her. So thank you. That was so sweet. And at this point, back to the page, at this point, I glued everything down, outlined everything, glued everything down, and made sort of a triangle with those, I'm all flustered now, with those clouds. And then that washi tape that I got in my last haul, it was from 2Ps. And I think it's a We're a Memory Keeper. It's from Alison Kreft anyway. I love that washi tape. It has little cameras and it says click, click, snap, snap, and it says photographs all over. So I'm going to put that washi tape in 3 spots on my layout. And then with every little cloud, I'm going to put a little bird and some twine. And then at this point, I want to work on my title again. When I get stuck, I work on my title, because my title, I usually, the whole time that I'm working on this page, I'm thinking about my title. I look at the pictures, and again, I don't want to just put something that is obvious on the page. I just try to come up with something that is a little different. So before I put everything straight, I just take the letters and I put them everywhere on my wax paper. And again, a little tip from Mercy Tierra, to use your wax paper. And then once I have all my letters, then I use my craft knife and arrange them on my wax paper. Couldn't think of the word. And the title is going to say Off to La La Land. And I used 2 of the letters that were in this month's kit. The one was from Simple Stories and the other one was from Basic Gray. And I think the only thing that wasn't from the kit is the punch that I punched those clouds from, the washi tape, and the twine. So that was really good. Now those potty people, the flare buttons, that I don't know if it was from this month's kit or last month's kit, but it is from a kit. Now when I stamped the date on that little tab, it was actually longer than the tab, so it was missing the 2. So what I did was I went on my page, instead of stamping out another one, because it would have done the same thing. It was bigger than the tab. So instead of doing another one, I went on the page and stamped directly on the page, and then arranged my tab so you could see the 2. So you can see the whole July 2012. Some of it is on the page and some of it's on the tab. And at this point, I'm going to keep on gluing my die cuts and my embellishments. And I did punch out a few hearts from the papers that were from the collection. So I did punch out 3 hearts, I believe. No, I punched out 2 because I figured that the papers with all the hearts is sort of my 3rd one. So I'm going to put some foam tape in behind those flare, and the first one I end up putting 2, but it's just too thick, so I'm going to end up ripping it up and some of the paper, but it doesn't matter because I put the flare badge right over top again. So where I'm just gluing some stuff, I did have a question, and one of the question was, what are my favorite inks? Now, if you don't like StazOn, my favorite ink, my favorite black ink is Memento Tuxedo Black. I love that. That's what I used again today to stamp. And you can color with it. Like if you stamp and you want to color your image, you can color with this. Now, as far as my other dye inks, my favorite are Hero Arts. And I love Jenny Bolin for coloring in stuff, like with a sponge. I don't like it to stamp because it's blotchy. And I do have Stampin' Up inks, which I love too. But my favorite are Hero Arts for stamping with solid image because it fills it up. But I don't know if it's because I've had my Stampin' Up inks forever. So I'm ready for new inks, new colors, and that kind of stuff. So that could be it too. But right now, my favorite inks are Hero Arts, Memento for black. And I think that's it. So I use some glimmer glaze to splatter the page. And the page is done. So hopefully the recording worked and I can upload this very shortly. And be on the lookout for a few pages from me in the next few days. So thanks for watching. Bye.